Okay. Hi, everybody. Slight update. As you can see behind me, the floor in the bedroom looks fantastic now. I'm pretty happy about that. Um, that's what I've been working on for the past week, aside for some other things. So it's not like I'm working on one project at once. I start a large project, I work on it through the night, sometimes in the morning, and I work on some other things too while I'm at it. Crap, I wish I'd have taken a picture of the kitchen because, man, the kitchen is wow. I have a video because I did a little walkthrough last night as I'd realized, oh, hey, I have a functional bedroom. Let me see here. Which image is this? Okay, this one. So, like I said, this is the floor that I finished. It's 99% finished. I haven't finished putting in molding around the doors and all that yet. And I got to put some transition strips in doorways. But I was waiting to see if I could clean the living room because it's got this deep carpet that's brown, which will hide everything. I'm gonna try cleaning it a couple more times to see what happens. I got a quarter of it cleared out. In fact, you can't see like this picture here on the left side of the screen. That's my partially set up bedroom. Please ignore my laundry basket in the corner. I took this shot from the doorway, so the stuff on the right isn't visible, which is like I'd say about a quarter of my room. I just stuffed a bunch of boxes and bins in, like plastic bins that I used to move. And it's stuff I usually keep stored in bins anyway. Like I keep all my game cartridges that aren't currently being played. I keep them in plastic Tupperware bins that are like waterproof and they have a water seal on them and everything. Keeps them nice and clean and, for lack of a better term, fresh. Um, I stuffed all those in that corner to open up a quarter of the living room because I wanted to experiment and see how bad the carpet is. Last night I cleaned it twice, and I have a carpet cleaner that's designed to handle pet messes, so it's suited for the job. And actually, I found out the other day that someone had a cleaning service in this house before they tried to sell it. I couldn't tell. But I put my carpet cleaner to work last night on a quarter of the living room, and the water was muddy. The wastewater was muddy every time, which is pretty awful. I didn't take pictures of it because that's just nasty. In disposing of that, I found out why my tub drain for my because like oh, should put this my tub drain in my shower and tub was slowed, and I couldn't figure out why. But it's also the largest drain I have, so I've been dumping the wastewater in there. Last night, I'm like, okay, fine, time to tackle this too. See, tiny projects. Um, so I took these brushes I have on long handles, like little, they're almost like pipe cleaners, but much more heavy. And I just got it in there and I worked it. I'm like, oh my, that's disgusting. As I pulled that thing out, I kept working the drain. And I'm like, okay, now I plugged it up for some reason. Oops. So I worked on that drain, and as soon as it opened, all the water fell right out. I'm like, uh-oh. Either I did a good thing or a bad thing. So I ran into the basement, checked the pipes. The pipes are all cool. I'm like, all right, I did a good thing. Apparently, the drain was backed up a little bit, like it was just choked with all the gunk that was in it. So me cleaning out the drain was a great thing. Now the shower drains super fast. I thought it was just a slow drain, like it was really narrow. It was narrow with gunk. So I fixed that while I was cleaning the floors. So, like I said, every time I do a big project, it comes with like, oops, sorry, it comes with about 10 or 12 tiny projects. Like, actually, I took the riding mower that was in the shed. I pushed it literally up to the place that sold it because it had their sticker on it. It was only a couple blocks away, but I still had to literally push it uphill because I couldn't get it to start. I put a new battery, new gas, da, 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 nothing. I leave it with them. They call me 2 days later. They're like, yeah. it's going to cost us like 1200 just to start looking at the thing because the decking for it is destroyed. Like, oof, okay. Like, tell you what, we got a couple mowers that are fixed that are in that price range. So I took a look at them, then I looked at my funding. I'm like, nah, I can't buy these. I still have my push mower, mind you, from the old house. Uh, I really just didn't want to do it because this is a big property. And I asked them, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna have to give up on having a riding mower, um, because it's just out of my price range. My budget's getting tighter. Like, yeah, it's understandable. I was like, I see you guys sell a few push mowers. If I bring mine up here, can you service it? Like, yeah, we can do that. They're like, what's wrong? I was like, it just stutters. I think it just needs a servicing. Oh yeah, we can do that. So I pushed up my push mower, which is significantly easier to push up here, or up there. I mean, and they took care of it. In the end, I only owed like 120 bucks, something like that. It was a good tune-up, new plugs, blah 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 blah. They cleaned out all the cleaned and changed the filters. Now it runs like new, like cool. That'll last me a year or two until I can afford to get another one. Um, and then with that, I was able to finally do the yard work that I hadn't done in the 2 weeks I've been here. Now my yard is nice and neat and trim, all good. And then that made me realize there were new projects. Like one side of the house gets kind of what's the word? It accumulates moss because it doesn't see much sunlight. So I'm like, okay, I got a pressure washer I can use. Oops, I don't have a garden hose. So I had to track down garden hose. Realize there's no power outside. There's no outside outlet. So I'll have to run electric, like, an extension cable out a window somewhere. Which made me remember I still haven't fixed all the screens that are broken. So it just snowballs. It constantly snowballs. And I'm sorry, I'm yapping. I mean, that's the purpose here, is just give everybody an update why I'm still not streaming, because I'd love to. Um, so now, on to the room I'm currently in, the office, which I'd been sleeping. That's why I wanted to show you guys. I now have a bed to sleep in, a proper bed. I'd been using this office the whole time because that was the highest priority for work and da 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 da, that sort of thing. And here, let's just get the pictures out. So the left picture, that's the current setup. I'm using cardboard to cover up all the nastiness. I cleaned this carpet 3 times when I first came here. 3 times. The one to the left, you can see how dark it is. That's how it was actually darker than that when I came here. Like it was a darker, deeper blue. I know this doesn't look very blue, but it was blue. I have a feeling someone dyed the carpet to hide it. On the right side, you can see some staining. Those stains were not visible until the third cleaning. And that's a radius, by the way. That's a massive radius. That's why I have so much cardboard down, because it's just nasty. But I had been sleeping in this room because the bedroom wasn't even accessible yet. It was full of my stuff, and the carpet in there was so gross. You could just look at it and want to throw up. It was so nasty. It was full of stains. It was full of rips and tears from dogs digging at the door. Oh, and the subfloor underneath it was atrocious. I think I have it in a video somewhere, so that's still coming. Um, it's just gonna be like, I think it's gonna be a half-hour video of here's what I have from before and here's what it is now, kind of thing. Oh my god. And it's just, it's been a battle. It's worth it though, because now I have a nice, comfortable bedroom to sleep in. But I was actually just dropping my box spring and mattress on these pieces of cardboard and setting up my bed. Like I was living civilized, but I didn't have like a bed frame. I had sheets and blankets and all, and pillows. So, but I was always putting that. I would take the mattress, I'd put it back in the moving bag because there's a bag for that, and I would stand it up against the wall. I'd put away my sheets and covers and all that, and then stand the box spring up against the wall in the clean spaces. Like the area that doesn't have cardboard on the left, that's the clean area. That's where the door is. So I had enough room to do that and get things in and out. But I can't wait to get this done. Like tonight, actually, Monday night, I'm after work, I'm tearing my computer down, my desk, all that. And I'm going to put it in my bedroom temporarily, and I'm going to rip up all the carpet and see how bad the floor is underneath. I'm hoping that the padding under this carpet, because this carpet had padding, the bedroom did not. That's why I had to treat the floor. Because there was no padding, it just went straight into the subfloor. That subfloor was soaked with urine. Yuck. Took me 2 nights to treat that. But I'm hoping the subfloor in this room, this office, because there's padding under the carpet, I'm hoping the carpet padding absorbed most of the waste. Um, so when I cut that out, which I better have a mask on this time. Ugh, I got sick last time. Whoops. I didn't think it was that bad. Now I know better. But when I take this out, I'm hoping the padding absorbed most of it to save me the grief of having to treat the floor again. Oh, I really don't want to treat another subfloor. I mean, I will take the house smelling like vinegar and salad dressing over pee any day, but still, it's a lot of work and it requires a lot of time. Like you have to wait for it. You have to wait for it to do its job. And it's like all I can do is just leave the room and go do something else for like 3 hours, come back, check it, treat it again, and rinse and repeat. There's no rinse. It's just do it. So, hoping for the best. Anyway, but that's currently where I'm at because I don't think I'm going to show any videos yet. I know I had videos running in the background last time, but that was just for demonstrative purposes. I have, like, let me see here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have at least 5 videos right now. And there's going to be more. There's going to be way more. Like, I'm going to be so super happy when this room's done. And then I get to tackle the kitchen, which is the most damaged floor. I just keep putting up with it for now. As a matter of fact, let me see. I'm probably going to regret this. Let me see here. Where is it? Where is that video? Huh. Actually, I don't know which is which. Oh, that's the old house. Okay. I just hope it doesn't play immediately. Of course it does. You pain. And oh, okay. Anyway, let me see. I'm just gonna scrub through this real quick because it was just me messing around. Okay, so hold on. Can I rotate this? Because this is awful. Rotate 90 degrees clockwise, I think. Yeah, okay. So regrettably, I took these videos vertically. Um, this is actually me going through that living room that I mentioned. You can see that it has like brown carpet. That's why it was so hard to tell if it was clean or not. I'm not going to play the video because it has sound, and I don't want to play sound right now. Actually, I guess I can just mute it. There we go. Because I'm going to remove the sound. So like I was walking through that area with the cardboard. I hate that fan. It wiggles if I turn it on high power. Why did I look at it twice? Whatever. We're gonna go back a bit. So you can see I'm pointing, blah 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 blah, walking through. Oh, okay. This is after I had cleaned the area. So that whole area that's exposed. See, I'm tracing it with my finger right now. That's the whole area, like a quarter of the living room that I cleaned. I cleaned it multiple times. Like I did so many passes, and I used 2 tanks of water. There's still like all my stuff laying around. There's still like the old people knickknacks on the wall because I haven't gotten rid of all of them yet. Um, that fan. I am re-anchoring that fan. Okay, so then I start going in the kitchen. The kitchen light is in a weird place. You can see, like where I'm pointing, that there is messed up flooring. Then you start seeing the stuff that delaminated, and then the water damage. Like that's a gap, I should say. That one that I was just pointing at. Hold on, go back just a hair. That line that I just pointed at, that's actually a ledge, so to speak. Like the part where the fridge is sitting sunk in a little. So it makes me nervous. I'm not sure what to make of that yet. When I tear it apart, I'm going to find out. That's going to be a whole weekend project right there. Is just moving the fridge and stove out of there and the kitchen table, and then just tearing all this flooring out to see what happened. Because I know this is water damage. I know it is. And the next portion is going to show you really how wet it got. This. This is ballooned up like a sponge. Like if you get a dry sponge and then you get it wet, it goes, yeah. This area right here is like that. There's a few spots like that. And it's just yuck. You can see it around the trim of the door too. Or the door frame doorway. This is just a big doorway. Um it's not a door. Like you can actually see a door around it too. Oh yeah, that's right. And I went over here too. Like by the sink, there's some more of that delamination damage, and then that vent under the cabinetry is actually an oak vent cover for like the AC and heat. I thought it was damaged. Turns out it's just, well, the cover's damaged. I found the same one at my local hardware store. I just stumbled onto it by accident too. But I took that one out and cleaned it and fixed it. And it turns out it just has like a how should I put it? It has like a filter or a catch in there. So junk doesn't get in there and get into your ductwork. That thing was just packed full of like dog hair and all this nasty gunk. So I'm gonna replace that entirely when I rip up the flooring. The cabinetry is actually kind of nice. Some of it's a little sticky. I think that's just because of like all the tar and nicotine on everything. Because when um, I took all the cabinetry and opened it, and I took all the shelves out because I wanted to see what was damaged. And things that were damaged, I just covered them with. There's like a liner you can put in cabinets and drawers and stuff. Excuse me. So I put the liners in to just cover up all the stuff that was like scratched up and scarred up. Stuff I didn't want to put my clean dishes on. But the other ones, I found that if I took the shelves out and checked both sides, because both sides were laminated, if I cleaned it, they actually came up real nice. Like they were about the same color. No, they were darker than the cabinetry that you can see in the upper right part of that video. They were darker than that, like way darker. I'm like, hold on. There's no way they stained these shelves. No, that was just tar and nicotine and dirt in these shelves. Apparently, according to my neighbor, the people here used to smoke like chimneys, man. They were like multiple packs a day smokers. So a lot of things make sense now. And it's weird because all the other stuff she told me, I'm like, wow, they probably dropped dead in here in this house. Who knows? Who I don't know. I don't want to find out. Um, but yeah, so there's a lot that was going on in this place. There were people who were being like someone was acting like a caretaker in here. So when I finish cleaning the living room, I may find more. Yuck. We'll see. But so far, that's where I stand on everything I'm working on. Um, I've got one room done-ish. Like I said, I have to do the transition strips. That's easy. That's a little molding and transition strip work. That's surface. I can do that later. Um, when I have less on my plate. I still got a lot of things on my plate. But this week's project is to get this office clean. Because that, like I said, that stain on the right side, that's a huge radius. That goes really deep into this room. I cleaned the hell out of it. And it ruined the pair of socks I was wearing. When I walked on it later, I'm like, never mind. I took a shower. I cleaned my feet after that. I cleaned myself and my feet, of course, but I cleaned very, very heavily after that. And from that point on, I've always had cardboard on the floor because it's just that nasty. I cannot wait to be rid of the stains and the smells in this house. Because even the basement is way better now that I got rid of all the crappy carpet they laid in the house. Oh man, speaking of the basement, oh my god. I found out that there were addicts in this house at one point. I suspected as much, but my neighbor confirmed it. I was actually I was playing around in the basement just cleaning some things up because I needed space to work so I could set up a saw and stuff. And I saw this board in the ceiling. I'm like, that's weird. I wiggled it just to see what it was, and out falls this syringe. Someone was hiding drugs in the ceiling. Like, man, come on. This place has got some history. History I wish I never knew about. I still like the house, I do. And I'm looking forward to being done working on it so I can focus on doing everything that I want to do. Because it's hard to enjoy anything. Oh, crap. As a matter of fact, I gotta go jump in the shower soon so I can be ready for today's work session. Um, okay. I'm gonna cut this here. Wow, I've been yapping for 20 minutes. Holy crap, I'm sorry. Anyway, uh, thanks for watching. That's the update for now. I'm not gonna edit this. It's just gonna stay this way. But I'll make sure to keep people updated. But thanks again, and I appreciate your patience. Later.